Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Candidates. I have Sara Vander here with us today. She is running on the ballot for the Yankton Auditor position. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the viewing audience?
Sure. My name is Sara Vander and I am running to be the next county auditor. Um, on the table, I bring over 10 plus years of experience, including services at both the Yankton County Treasurer's Office and the City Finance Office. In these roles, I have assisted with elections, finances, licensing, budgeting, and the day-to-day operations of the local government. I was born and raised in Yankton, where my husband and I have decided to raise our children. This community is incredible, and I love being a part of it. I currently am a member of the Yankton Booster Club, which I love helping those kids. I get roped into being a team parent quite a bit for team sports. And I also assist with a youth group on Wednesday nights. I am committed to transparency and the accuracy in serving the residents of Yankton County with integrity. And I look forward to being the next county auditor and earning your guys' support.
So, for those who don't know, what is a county auditor legally responsible for?
Well, a county auditor is legally responsible for dealing with 90% finances, of the county. That is 90% of the job. They are there to assist the commissioners with different things. They are in charge of the licensing, the elections, and everything like that, just to name a few, Nancy.
So, what do they do on a day to day basis?
Well, for just a few, maintaining the daily financials is probably the biggest task they have. Reconciling accounts, helping the commissioners with the budgets, assisting commissioners by preparing the agendas, taking and preparing the minutes, publishing all notices. If it's election time, they deal with the elections. And with that, they are maintaining the election records, coordinating with the Secretary of State, handling the absentee ballots, preparing the ballots, and training all the poll workers. On a day-to-day basis, they also assist and work with the public on any questions or concerns they have and try and build and maintain that personal relationship.
So, as auditor, how would you measure success for yourself and your staff?
That's a good one. I strive to lead by example. Um, in the office, we are a team. We are a team for a common goal. We need to work together to build the trust of the community with accurate records, accurate finances, with checks and balances. Um, and again, just building and maintaining that personal relationship so the public has confidence in our work and what we're doing.
So, please share your work history, how your skill set has prepared you for the job, and what differentiates you from the other candidate.
I'm going to go with experience, Nancy. I have the experience. I have over 10 plus years of finance experience, starting with the county treasurer's office, where we dealt with taxes, whether it was collecting payments, notices, delinquent taxes. We worked closely with the state auditor and the treasurer. We worked closely with the county auditor in that office. I have a great relationship with a lot of them in the auditor's office as right now. Not a newcomer to the county by any means. I have helped with elections to make sure that they are fair elections and follow the legislation, rules, and regulations. As far as that, I have helped with millions of dollars in the budgeting, worked with millions of dollars in the budgeting, and I've also attended meetings. I also was with the city finance office where, again, we renewed and issued new licenses, sent, collected, and paid on all the bills, worked and helped run the elections, took the commission meetings, published the commission meetings, worked with budgets, and I also have worked with the levies. Currently, I am with Avera. I do the rural healthcare financials, finance, and the billings for all of the clinics in Nebraska and South Dakota, where I'm maintaining different accounts, balancing, and trying to find the errors.
So with county budget constraints, what ideas do you have that could potentially lower the budget needed for the auditor's office?
Well, I think we don't start by cutting corners. We need to try and reduce the costs in other ways, whether that is maintaining, accurate records and staying within the compliance. Maybe do some cross training, things like that. It's kind of difficult without getting in there and having your hands in there, but I think that's something that we can maybe look at.
So nationally, there have been a lot of conversations around elections. What is Yankton doing right? And are there things we could be doing differently to make sure we have safe and secure elections?
At this time, I don't feel, to the best of my knowledge, we've never had any issues with Yankton County elections. The legislature sets very strict laws on that, and I feel like they have been followed to the T. Until we have an issue, I don't think we need to do anything with that. I think our current auditor, Patty, has done a fabulous job on the elections.
How will you ensure that county finances are accurate, timely, and transparent, both to commissioners and the public?
I feel like with my experience, the best way to go about that is staying audit ready at all times. We're going to try and stay audit ready at all times, whether that's with our checks and balances daily to make sure everything is on track and get everything accounted for in a timely manner, stuff to the commission, get our reports done, and make sure we get the information out to the public so they have the information in a timely manner as well.
So what is your approach to building and managing the county budget, and how would you balance fiscal responsibilities with employee and constituent wants and needs?
That's a good question. So, as the auditor, you assist the commission with the budget. Each department is in charge of their own budget, but in the end, the commission has the final say in the budget. So, I think by doing that, we get the info needed to the commission for the budget in a timely manner so they can make accurate decisions and they can see where we are sitting. As far as the constituents, we need to build a good rapport, and personal relationships are so important. We need to listen to them and we need to do what we can to help them, whether it's understanding um, the budget or it's understanding the elections, things like that. I think those personal relationships are very, very important.
So where do you see opportunities to modernize the auditor's office?
That's another good one. There's a few ideas, like I said, until you get in there, you start really seeing a lot of things. We can look at maybe digitizing some records, get away from some of the paper, look at additional online services for the public, things that might be able to be a little bit more accessible to them, help them out a little bit more. Um, to the best of my knowledge, right now we have the most up-to-date election equipment that there is. So I think we start with just the little things like that.
So do you have anything you want to include in this interview that was not a part of a previously asked question?
I don't. I just want to say experience matters. I'm not a newcomer, and I would appreciate your vote. So if you are able, everybody just get out there and vote on June 2nd. And I thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us here today. And as Sara mentioned, go ahead and get out to vote on June 2nd, or absentee voting will start April 17th.